Hey, it's summertime, it's festival season, and I've got a festival for you. It's funf Fest 24. Inexpensive, tiny products that come from a land far away and are coming to your town. Some may already be there. Actually, they're probably all on Amazon. Grab your wristband, grab your laminate, and let's go to the show. Hi, I'm Bob, and you, my friends, are back in the United States of Analog. Welcome to you. Thanks for being here. As of yesterday, I've got 10,000 citizens now. 10,000 citizens. Won't you make an old man happy and be the next citizen? I'm trying to get to 100,000 subs before I take a dirt nap. And Wow,
that's kind of dark.
Anyway, you know what to do down there. Do all that stuff. All right, today I've got a lot of funf to show you. Why am I doing it? Number one, I kind of like funf products. Number two, when you've only got 10,000 citizens, sometimes that's all you can get. I don't mean to disparage these fine products. I'm just saying that those manufacturers are more apt to give you review samples to test out and to do videos on. So I appreciate that. Number three, I think my friend Randy, the cheap audio man's kind of slightly moving out of this space. And so I want to take some of that burden off of his shoulders. And number four, I think this stuff is affordable. We'll talk about all the benefits and the downsides of Chi-Fi, as my audio colleagues have called it. I've converted a couple of them to calling it funf, because I think that's what it is. I don't think it's a polite way to identify these products from a land far away that, don't cost much money and have a small footprint. And the other reason I think that's wrong is because some of the hi-fi from the big manufacturers also made in China. So let's go. Come on, everybody in the space. Let's start referring to it as funf. That's what it is. This stuff doesn't cost a lot of money. It's easy to get. It's easy to return if you don't like it on Amazon. And, it just might solve a problem in your home. Is it the best? Well, maybe not. Is it going to last forever? We don't know yet. These products keep evolving and changing. So say what you will about funf. Put it in the comments below if you buy this stuff, if you use it in a bedroom, in a beach house. Do you send it to college with your money, to the kids, garage, or do you use it in a main system? Soundbar replacement maybe. It's up to you. We've got a festival of funf products. Here are the ground rules for today. I'm not going to do deep dives into these 5 products because there's 5 products. We don't have enough time here. I want to present them to you because I received them all in the last couple of weeks. And I want to introduce you to them and then do longer form videos on each one. Maybe put some together, make some Frankenstein systems, but I'm going to show them to you here. We're going to have fun.
Hey, I thought you said this was going to be a festival.
We've got 3 stages at this festival. We have XDUOO, we have Douk Audio, and we have Fosi Audio. All right, so let's scan those wristbands, grab a cold one and a blanket, and head to the Douk Audio stage. All right, funfires, let's welcome the brand new Douk Audio T6 Pro Tube Integrated Amplifier. This is a looker, a compact integrated amplifier with tube sound and some other special features. There's a super bass feature here. Love the black VU meters. Normally VU meters are in individual rectangles, but this is a little reminiscent of my Techniques amp where you have a single band and 2 VU meters inside. Controls on the top. Looking at the front, Douk announcing the T6 Pro loud and proud with their logo. All right, on the top, you've got bass and treble, super bass switch, selector switch with off Bluetooth. It does have aptX HD and LDAC. Inputs include channel 1, channel 2, auxiliary. I'll show you the back in just a second. There's a big volume knob here. And 2 Jan 5654 tubes, glowing brightly there. And I love that. On the back, you have the Bluetooth antenna, which is removable, channel 1, channel 2, RCA inputs, a mini auxiliary in, a mini auxiliary out, pretty decent speaker terminals, and input for that power supply. Applications for this. The controls on the top indicate to me that this is for the desktop. You're not going to be scraping your knuckles on the desktop. The tubes glow bright. I played around with this a little bit. I've been listening to it on the Sony SSCS5, which I like to use down here when I'm auditioning some of this funfi equipment because they're so revealing and so clear. I'm listening for, you know, any kind of noise. And I detected a slight bit of noise, but I think I'm gonna blame my Tidal app for that. I was having some difficulty with Tidal for a time being. I think that's where the problem lied. But I'm gonna give this some more time, some more listening time, and see if that 3255 amp chip sounds any good. You know, it's supposed to kick out
300 watts of power.
all right, you know, hey, it's a festival, right? We're just having fun. Yeah, I don't know, 300 watts, that's a bold claim. I can't say it does, I can't say it doesn't, I don't have the equipment to test it. But I'm gonna do a more comprehensive review of this integrated in the near future. So far, sounds pretty good to me. I think this is great for some kind of desktop setting. Add a streamer, add a couple of nice speakers, and you've got some VU meters to look at. Again, more information on the way, the Douk T6 Pro tube integrated. All right, that was kind of cool. I'm gonna crush a beer now, and we're gonna head on over to the XDUOO stage. All right, I was very excited about receiving this, the TA66 from XDUOO, available on the APOS website. This is a big honkin' tube headphone amplifier that can also be used as a preamp. And man, when I pulled this out of the box, I was shocked at how big it is. Look at that beautiful red dial there. And look at that big tube. This comes in at about 249 bucks, but occasionally I see it for about $219. And at that price point, this is a serious piece of kit. Even by funfi standards, look at these channels that are kind of cut in there and the side vents. Big transformer housing.
I think there's a transformer in there.
And full-size headphone jack on the front. Again, the TA66. The included tube, 6N2 tube for preamp stage and a 6N5P tube for the buffer stage. And point-to-point wiring. That minimal wiring will give you less interference in pure sound. And I found that to be true. I've been listening to this for about a month now. Step-by-step volume potentiometer. There's a big word for you, even for a festival. Precise volume control. Yeah, it's not like those digital volume controls that you have to go like 90%. You got to go all the way over to like 4 or 5 o'clock just to get a decent sound level. I love this solid steel alloy shell and sandblasted texture. I'm gonna make a Frankenstein system with this coming up in a future video. This thing sounds great. Didn't do much to improve my 650 Sennheisers. Not a big fan of those. But I can't get rid of them because my wife gave them to me as a Christmas gift. But this TA66 brought my Emotiva GR1s to life and sounded very good. I'm not a big headphone guy. I don't have expensive headphones. I don't have any Sunderas or any, you know, some of those really expensive Audio Technicas that I saw at the audio show. Come on, Audio Technica, hit me up. I love this thing. This thing is cool. It feels like a real component. It's funfi, but it feels legit. What can I tell you? It's heavy, the sound is warm, but the sound is clear. I mean, this baby weighs 11 pounds. This thing is pretty sweet. All right, before we rush back over to the Douk Audio stage for our next act, let's talk a little bit about the pros and cons of funfi. Now, my wife says
You should always lead with a compliment.
and that's what I'm gonna do here. I'm gonna do the pros first, all right? The price, obviously, great for beginners, getting into the game, getting into hi-fi, getting into audio. Call it a gateway drug. Anyway, it gets people in the game. And when you graduate to something bigger, more expensive, more, you know, legit, quote unquote, legit, I don't know, you can pass this gear on to someone else, a friend, a coworker, a kid, a family member, and get them hooked on audio. Smaller footprints mean you can put funfi gear just about anywhere in any tight space. Many funfi components can be used as part of a good soundbar replacement system. I hate soundbars. I really do. I don't like them. Do you like them? Put it in the comments below. Make sure it does everything you want it to do and has all the connections you're gonna need. Funfi products are fun. It's in the name. Don't take it too serious. Mix and match. Play around with it. Don't like something? Send it back to Amazon or whatever, give it to a friend. They're not gonna know the difference, trust me. Now some of the downsides, unproven lifetime. A lot of this equipment is new designs, they're changing all the time. Nobody really knows how long one of these pieces of gear is going to last, you know, compared to some of the more classic, traditional components from some of the bigger brands. have fun with it. Again, it's not going to cost you a lot of money. You end up with a DOA once in a while. It's not going to kill you. There are many price differences, so make sure you shop smart. And as we all know, some of the specs are a little bit
Dubious.
I think that's a fair word. Dubious. Could be, could not be. 300 watts, 150 watts, who knows really. Again, let your ears be your guide when it comes to that. Don't get hung up on watts per channel and total harmonic distortion. We're just having a little fun here. And there are radically different form factors, even within the same line. Sometimes it's hard to stack the equipment. The colors may not match. The cases may be radically different. Yeah, it may be difficult to put together an aesthetically pleasing system, aesthetically pleasing to the eye anyway. I just put it inside the cabinet and forget about it. All right, that's the pros and cons. Let's head on over to the Douk Audio stage again. All right, when I saw this, I immediately requested it from Douk. This is a 2mm brass turntable mat from Douk Audio. It looks kind of brushed. You can see I hope you can see the lines there. It's perforated with the various sized holes. Is it perforated or perforated? It's perforated with several different size holes. I was particularly interested in this because of the fact that it matched the tone arm on my 50th anniversary Technics 1200 M7L. Is that right? Yeah. Hey, I got it right. Yeah, this is cool. It's heavier than I thought. I feel like this is about 3 pounds. There could be sonic advantages, and I'm going to report back to you later if there are. I think there's some physics in play here that, what goes in motion stays in motion. Listen, I'm not a scientist. It's clear. They claim some of the other features is that it reduces static electricity. It creates more friction. Maybe it bonds the record to the main platter better. I don't know. Again, I'm not a scientist. And ultimately will result in clearer, pure sound. This is a beauty. It's $149. It's a little steep, so let's see if they go on sale. All right, we're at the Fosi Audio stage now, and this act has been around for a while. The Fosi Audio ZA3 amplifier. About a year now, I think. There have been many reviews on this. I'm going to link a review that Cam did, that Randy did for this. I think it should give you most of the information. I just received it. I haven't played around with it too much yet. I think I'm going to try to use it with that headphone amplifier / preamp, that tuber that I showed you earlier. Kind of an interesting form factor. I'm guessing this is the follow-up, the bigger brother to the popular V3. Some nice design touches on the side, some copper accents and the copper knob. This can be used in stereo or mono. In stereo, a reported 90 watts a side or so, and then mono configuration, 235 watts. I don't know what kind of watts those are or what kind of distortion, but again, this is one of those really nice Fosi Audio amps. I would love to have 2 of these and play around with that tube amplifier. This comes in at about $149. Sometimes they have coupons or sales on this. This also has op amps that you can switch out, so you have a great deal of flexibility. Yeah, we're not going to hang out at the Fosi stage very long. This has been out for a while. I'm glad I've got it. I'm going to check it out, made it with some other equipment, and report back to you. Woo! And finally, I'm exhausted. It's been a long festival. I'm ready to jump in an Uber and go home, but before I do, I want to show you the latest from Douk Audio, and this is the T7. It's a 7-band equalizer. I notice it has balanced inputs and outputs, and I think a little EQ like this could come in handy. Now, remember, anytime you add any component to a system, there is always the chance that you are going to introduce more noise. But maybe you have a modern amplifier that doesn't have tone controls, doesn't have a loudness. Remember the loudness buttons on the old receivers back in the day? This is going to help you get more of what you're looking for. More treble, more bass, more punch, more vocals, whatever. Play around. Equalizers were all the rage back in the 70s. And now they're back right here in this form. This is going to set you back about what? $100. And I'm sure, again, like all the funfi stuff, I think you're gonna find this on sale occasionally. So shop smart. Hey, that's it. I hope you enjoyed our first Funfi Fest. We'll do it again next summer. Hell, we'll probably do it in the fall because they keep sending me this stuff and I'll keep listening. Thanks for being here in the United States of analog.
And remember,
The geniuses at YouTube have already decided what you want to watch next, and it's right here. Trust me, click it. You'll be glad you did. It's a festival right here in this box. I'll see you next time. Hey, we got to go back to the turkey leg stand. I left my credit card on the counter.